Hey guys, so I just wanted to quickly talk about and discuss a kind of update with Russia. As you may have noticed, Russia started attacking regular gas stations in Ukraine. They started to attack locomotives. I've seen them attack trucks as well. All these things that I said they should have been doing from the very beginning, or at least like maybe a year or something into the war. They really should have done it from the very beginning, but they decided to wait 5 years, allowed Ukraine to build up its forces, get more weapons, get the European industry working, and Russia finally realized that hey, like we got to take this shit way more seriously now and be way more ruthless. At the end of the day, Russia, like I said, Russia will win. Um, all this nonsense in the news about Russia losing and all this kind of thing, ultimately, it won't pan out that way for Ukraine. It was never planned to pan out that way for Ukraine. Ukraine was always just going to suffer and create as much chaos and damage for Russia as possible, and then it was just going to go away, right? I don't think Europe is going in and to help them out or anything. They might be saying that to keep Ukraine going, but I don't think ultimately that's not going to happen. I doubt Europe will go. America is definitely not going to war with Russia because that defeats the whole purpose for them. But I don't think Europe is going to do it either. I mean, could it happen? It might happen, but very, very doubtful, especially now that hopefully Russia will finally take a more pragmatic, ruthless, practical approach to Ukraine. And it's gonna work to a point now, like destroying all the gas stations, destroying all the trucks and everything. That's good. Destroying all the trains. There shouldn't be a train left running in Ukraine, whether it's a passenger transport, any kind of train. They should all be destroyed. And I think Russia has the capability to do it. It's just that they should have done it much earlier and not waited so long to do it. And hopefully from now on, Russia will escalate before waiting for Ukraine to do so. So I think the next step, if I was them, is to really, really concentrate on getting rid of the leadership. Start striking the leadership wherever they are. You're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to find them and get rid of them. And if that unfortunately means that you're striking them in public places that there are civilians, because I'm sure Ukrainians will probably do that, that's something you have to do. You have to become ruthless. Not because I want just Russia to be like evil for evil's sake. If Russia and Ukraine could have a kind of legitimate, fair war, that would be fine. Whether they leave civilians completely alone and they were honorable, that's fine, But Ukraine is not gonna do that. As soon as Ukraine sees that destroying Russian leadership like that is practically helpful for them, they'll do it. They would have no problem doing it. As soon as they see that doing something amoral benefits them somehow, they'll do it. The only reason they're holding out is they probably think that it doesn't benefit them. So that's how they operate. They just wait until they feel, whether they're right about it or not, that's up to history and consequence to decide. But as soon as they feel that, like striking all the oil fields that they did, as soon as they feel that was something that would benefit them, they'll do it. And they just wait and wait and wait until that's the case, or they feel that's the case. So Russia needs to escalate before that. Russia needs to always be a step above in escalation. And the next step is definitely just destroying the leadership, wherever they are. Make sure they're spending all their lives in bunkers. You gotta do that before Ukraine gets the capability to do that to Russia as well. Right, because as soon as they get that full capability to do it, and maybe they will, you never know, especially with Europe coming in, you gotta do that before that happens. We'll see what happens. I've invested back into oil before this recent attack on Iran, so hopefully come Monday or Tuesday I'll make a bit of money. I think Tuesday for Australia, Monday is the Monday trading time for America. That's kind of cool. That's kind of nice. And it's always good to make money off geopolitics. Otherwise, you're just spending so much time reading the news and not really, leveraging it into your personal life. So yeah, I would suggest doing that, but hopefully it works out. I mean, I don't think there's too much risk to the downside of oil going, past where it is now, around $73. I think I bought in around 72, 73, whatever it was. I'm willing to take that chance. I think it's going to go significantly higher from now, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how the war in Iran escalates. But even just looking at Russia, what Russia is doing, it's restricting, oil sales. It's hitting Ukraine's oil facilities. I can't see how that's not going to have any impact. Maybe it's marginal, but I think it's still going to affect it. I don't see why oil is falling so much. I see why, because it's manipulated, but that's the bet I made. So anyone's interested in making some money, if you still are able to do it, I'm not giving financial advice, but it's something you can consider. I'm not telling you what to do. This is just something that I did. No financial advice. All right, guys. I think I'll leave it at that. I'll try and make more videos. I feel a little bit rusty talking to you again. I do have some interesting things to talk about and some things on my mind. And yeah, I hope to share it with you soon, whoever's out there. All the best, guys. Thank you.